Dialogues is Dialect, man. So we just dealing out here with real people that got real things to offer, man. So this not gonna be no like interview per se. We just gonna chop it up for a minute, you know. So Phil, tell the people who you are, man, and you know what's your chosen profession right now.
All right. I mean, who I am, that's a long story, man. You know, that's a whole thing. But yeah, right now currently working at an Endless Summer Tattoo. Been tattooing since '99, 2000 professionally, and it's my life. You know?
Okay.
It's every day. I guess really when I first started painting, I guess when I was drawing, I was always drawing, even elementary school and all that stuff. But I was just like, you know, it's like, well, it was just a thing that I did. You know what I mean? It was just part of a daily thing. But when I started painting later, I just felt more like wow, this seems like something that could be, you know, ongoing and like something that I could just like really keep on just building on.
And like what age?
Better, you know?
What age were you think?
Oh shit, I was like 13, 14.
Oh, so fairly young, man. You kind of knew this was you.
Yeah, you know. And in school, high school, and all that shit. I mean, that was pretty much what I was really accelerating on. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my hours in the daytime, even in the middle of class, lunchtime, that type of shit, just drawing shit, tagging shit, you know what I mean? And
so you would say it's like it was a natural thing.
it's more like an obsessive, constant thing, man. You know what I mean? Just gotta do something. Instead of that time where you're just sitting there chilling, like, doing whatever, that time in between, I was just like, all right, grab a pen, grab a pencil, you know, just...
But you think when you first started, you always had that artistic ability, or is that something you kind of developed over that time?
My shit was probably whack as fuck.
So like stick figures of look, yeah.
I remember all that shit too. I remember drawing stick figures, but in forms, like fight forms and shit. You know what I mean? And like just trying to do little animations of that. Did that shit, sure, you know. Yeah, dimensionally, yeah. I mean, now it's different from, you know, back then, but yeah, now definitely it's like I look at anything and just kind of tear apart the shape. You know, just the contour of it, just which way the light's hitting it, you know, and then just turn it to like illustrative mode, you know, how could that be a tattoo type of thing, you know?
So talking about tattoos, how did you get into really into tattooing? What was your first experience with the tattoos?
You know, my first actual experience with a tattoo was 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
Tattooed a homeboy.
You did the ink?
I did the tattoo. Man.
So this is like jailhouse style with the pins and needles?
Fuck, man. Just exactly. You know, we had talked about it. You know, we had some older friends. You're like, yeah, this is how you do it. You know, the needle, the thread. You know, you wrap it around and shit. You know, we didn't have rubber gloves or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was just straight ignorant, retarded shit. And, you know, and I just don't poke yourself.
Real biohazard, basically, right?
Yeah. Just your worst idea of, you know, it wasn't even then that was just some knucklehead shit, you know. Right. It didn't even really pop off until about my 11th grade year.
Okay.
I met this guy Shane, you know, and me and my boy Orlando.
Okay.
We actually started hanging out with this cat a lot, you know. The guy was all tatted up, you know, and
sleeves, back.
Yeah. He was just nobody looked like this guy. You know what I mean? Like where we were at.
So did you find that interesting?
Yeah,
like kind of triggered all that?
Because he was really cool too. He was really a nice guy, you know what I'm saying? But he was still kind of
had edge.
Mad edgy, you know. He's skater guy, surfer guy. So we'd always, you know, chill with him and shit, doing all that. And then Orlando's getting tattoos with him, you know. Yeah, you know, I just wanted to see what that was all about, you know, and then I just watched him do a couple sessions, seen him do a few tattoos on other people, and that was just the intrigue time, you know what I mean?
And what age was that about?
17.
Okay.
I was 17, yeah. 16, 17. And, yeah, you know, just watching, I just never thought I could do that shit, you know what I mean? I was still on the drawing.
And why is that? What made you feel at that point?
It just looked intimidating. You know, just the whole factor of, what if I, fuck this dude's skin up? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm a kid. You know, this is a grown man right here. You know what I'm saying? Doing some dope shit. And so, it was just that, idea that I kind of thought was cool, but yeah, I didn't think I could venture into that. Like, not like back in the day when I did the little pick and poke shit. Right. This is some real shit.
This is real life here.
Yeah.
So from that point, how long did it take you to actually venture in that? maybe apprenticing or working in a shop and then actually getting a tattoo? And how long did that process?
Yeah, from that point, it was after high school.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 11. So it was like 2 years after that or something like that.
But that's still fairly recent from leaving school that you kind of made that decision.
Yeah, it was almost instant. You know, and I left. I mean, as opposed to going to college and all that shit, I just decided I wanted to travel a little bit. You know what I mean? And just check some shit out and do some art. That's all I felt like I wanted to do. You know. And anyways, moved into this apartment where across the hall from me was this artist, Mike Norris, the guy did this and this shit up here.
Okay.
He lived right across the hall from me. He was working at Bruce Bart's tattoo studio in Fort Lauderdale. And he was kind of intrigued on the paintings I was doing, I guess, you know what I mean? Just like, we chill every now and again and just draw and shit, just talk shit to Blaze or whatever, do some paintings. And
so he kind of was, his liking your pictures kind of inspired you more, you think, huh?
I think he saw in more of an interest in me in the time than I thought that I had with the tattooing. He was like, yo, you should
so he kind of saw that potential that you didn't really see at that time.
I guess that's it, yeah. So he invited me to go hang out with him to the studio a few times, where I met his boss later on, which incidentally, that's Mark, my boss now. That was his boss.
Oh, at that time.
At that time.
Oh, down, and this was down in Lauderdale.
Yeah, down in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, all right. So a small world.
Small world shit. Yeah. And Mark worked there at the time, and I was chilling with Mark too. That's around the time I met him. We were skating, surfing together, and shit.
It wasn't just hey
you
man,
pay your dues.
Right. For real, literally.
Literally.
Okay.
But what was it? Yeah, Mike just he introduced me to Bruce, and Bruce was really cool with me, man. He just told me pretty much straight up how it was in the industry, and what I'm saying, how hard his artists work and how good they get paid.
Right.
This type of thing, how good of a life it is. You know what I'm saying? So this was just like,
he's like, hey, that sounds good.
Yeah. Well, then that's when I actually took on another job, because I thought I was working 3 jobs at this time, man. I was working at valet.
Okay.
And this pottery shop.
Okay.
Like teaching old ladies and kids how to paint pottery and shit. Whatever.
Okay. Still using your craft.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. And then I got to work in this shop called there's a culture shop called the Rasta Shop.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rastafarian, we down with
exactly,
that.
Yeah, This is in Fort Lauderdale, right next door to Funhouse Tattoos.
Okay.
Where I met a whole other crew.
Okay.
But
it was still all. I mean, you still were like, your craft was important to you still. The art was still like center.
Yeah. Rasta Shop. Actually, I got to paint this big mural in the back of the place. So that was kind of the real jump off, like where people were starting to recognize that this kid's an artist and whatever.
Right.
Because it's just fucking ill wall, man. It's like 15 feet, 10 feet tall.
People like, who's that? Who did that?
Yeah, I did that.
So at this point, you kind of feeling like you kind of building that confidence in yourself now too. You kind of from the recognition of other people.
I wouldn't call it confidence, man. It was just more just experimenting into just that growth. Even now, I don't feel like I'm where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's part of that process, man. It's just still wanting more, getting more. Just keep on, you know what I'm saying, trying to attain just the greatest achievement you can, just by your own,
So from paying those dues and doing these 3 jobs, how'd you transition back into tattooing then, man?
Well, I was trying to save up money, you know what I'm saying, so I could get this apprenticeship with Bruce.
Okay.
And then, how just life is, man. Knocked back, can't save money for shit, whatever. So during all that time, Mike Norris, he just told me, he's like, just come to the studio. Bruce is out of town. Just come hang out. Hang out with the boys. So it was like an open invite type of thing. It was an unofficial apprenticeship, pretty much.
So if you made the time, you could get the information.
Yeah, in between those jobs I worked, I'd go over there to that studio.
Okay.
And just hang out and then watch them work. Watch all the different artists that they had. Just doing their thing. I'd offer them to scrub the tubes, just clean shit around. They actually helped me out with ordering my first
set
material. Yeah. Okay. Machines and all that.
So they kind of guided you towards...
Months later, that was months of just hanging out with them.
Right. So during those months, I mean, were you tattooing at all, or were you
just kind of Orlando? Actually, Orlando. I'm getting back to him. He bought a little tattoo set.
Okay.
He saw that I was like on this shit. Hanging out with these guys, so he figured, let me get on this too, type of shit.
Okay.
But he went and bought this little cheap tattoo set. Showed up at my house with it. and then that was the first set I actually really started
working with. So
with,
who were you tatting? Him?
Orlando.
So the usual story, you tatting your friend first.
Yeah.
So that's real. That's real. That happens.
Yeah. You know, he was the first one to volunteer. It was like he was the first person I actually tattooed.
Ever. After the
even the leg with that little pick and poke shit.
Oh, that was the same guy.
That was Orlando, man. That was fucking good rap shit. But yeah. Fast forward, you know. That was like the first couple things I did. And Mike quickly was just like, yo, you need to just not fuck with that stuff, man. That's just garbage, you know, equipment. You know, he kind of gave Orlando a good scolding about it.
Right.
He's like, what the fuck you getting your needles and da-da-da, you know.
So he kind of schooled you on the mechanical side, the hygienic side,
everything,
the craft side.
Like a quick, you know, just one of those just really, I'm so disappointed to see this going down type of moments, you know.
So it was a
moment that needed to happen, though.
Right, but it was a real chin check. Like, listen, man, you're not on this level of, you know, you need to be here with this.
Yeah.
It was just a reality check, basically.
That's it. What I needed to hear, too, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, prior to that, I mean, I kind of just hanging out with those guys, I should see, and this is a professional atmosphere.
Right.
I guess it was just me being more ambitious as to fuck I want to do this.
Yeah,
now,
you ready, man. You were ready. You were eager.
Yeah. So I guess it was shortly after that time, you know, was when those guys helped me out. You know what I'm saying? They helped me like order some real shit.
So let me ask you a question, man. I hear a lot of tattoo people say this to me like scratchers. So were you a scratcher at that time?
I consider myself a scratcher,
Okay.
but you know, I mean, we all are when we're just scratching the surface of what's, you know, what's
possible,
is,
right?
Yeah, because it's a whole other world, man.
So I said that to say that, you know, I mean, I tell a lot of people this all the time. It's like, man, nothing's just overnight, man. You know, I that's why I appreciate cats like yourself that put the time into your craft, man.
Yeah, that's
it. You know, you people gotta understand that this is something that you gotta really live and want to do. You know,
hours upon hours. I mean, I know I'm not gonna get rich from it,
right?
You know, monetarily, but it's like it's beyond that. You know what I'm saying? It provides a happy, ongoing, consistent, just life of what I want to do.
So it's like it's a passion.
I think it's just about creating, period.
Yeah. So that's what drives you, just the creative aspect.
Yeah, just doing something and being as good as I could be at it. You know what I mean? Just not for anybody else's sake, but just so, you know what I'm saying, you get the pure enjoyment, the best you could be with anything you do. Playing music, whatever, like you, man, writing, you know what I mean? Just music. You want to just do the best shit, you know what I'm saying? It comes out of you, you know?
Yeah.
So,
it's innate.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
All right.
It's just like the more time you invest into any of this stuff, you know, it's just the more deep it gets. You know,
so it's never ending, basically.
I hope not.
In the here, the after, to whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, man. I'm on it till I can't no more.
So if you'd have one word for the people, man, what would you tell the people, man, before we get out of here?
I tell the people, just do what you love what you do. That whole cliche, it's fucking true. You know, that's it. Just truth in the matter of what you're into. You know, if you love to do this thing and it makes you happy, then just keep on doing it, because that's essentially all we got.
Okay.